Today's case, Ali, a 23-year-old college student who comes to see me distressed by frequent burping. He was on a recent first blind date when he opened his mouth to say something and out came a belch of such magnitude and amplitude that the gal in front of him was shaken and chuckled. He was left mortified with a red-hot face trying to reclaim his just lost dignity. Burps can be offensive, hilarious, or disconcerting. Although not very scientific, burps is merely escape of stomach gas consisting of oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. Like its southern neighbor, burps are an obnoxious bodily function but harmless. Time for fun facts. An average adult burps about 3 to 6 times after eating or drinking. An average adult expels gas about 12 to 25 times in 24 hours, which is about 1 to 2 per hour. So before you get alarmed, start counting. And number 3, the loudest male burp world record was created by UK's Paul Hunn, creating a burp of 109.9 decibels, which is as loud as a jackhammer sound from a meter away. Elisa Cagnani, an Italian lady, created the loudest female burp at 107 decibels. Well, I'm not trying to provoke you to break these world records, but what I'm trying to tell you is that the burps can be created by manipulating one's vocal cord and air swallowing. Burps may be telling you that number 1, you're eating too fast. Gulping your food causes more air swallowing, which is the number 1 cause of frequent eructations. Number 2, your sinuses are stuffed up. Blocked nasal passages, mouth breathing, more air ingestion. Number 3, you're indulging in carbonated beverages, alcohol, chewing gum, or smoking. All these cause more air ingestion, and by the way, the burps because of these will be noisier and smellier. Concomitant symptoms of nausea or heartburn suggest that there is a reflux element. And number 5, you have underlying anxiety or stress, because that causes hypersalivation and more burping. Final takeaway, in the vast majority of the cases of frequent eructors, there is no underlying detectable medical problem. And therefore, education, scientific reassurance is the mainstay of therapy because air swallowing is an ingrained habit that needs to be broken. Debunking their myths and educating the patient is the most important therapy. In the words of Hippocrates, before I heal someone, ask them if they're willing to give up things that made them sick at the first place. That's what I did with Ali. And about 3 visits later, over 4 months, Ali was back to his usual self without burping but anxious. Thank you very much for listening.